This is Hannibal back here from the HannibalTV.com. Just finished watching the Brutus Beefcake Dark Side of the Ring. Now, a lot of people don't give Brutus the credit he deserves. I mean, I can tell you the very first wrestling match I ever went to in June 1989 was Brutus Beefcake against the Macho King. And it was a house show at the Ottawa Civic Center, and it was packed, literally packed to the rafters. People will make fun of him for his Starcade match against Hulk Hogan. It was sold out in this same arena, the Nashville Municipal Auditorium, where Hogan, or sorry, where Flair wrestled Steamboat. And by the way, Flair and Steamboat was not sold out. So I mean, he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. He's a nice guy overall. I used him a lot in Great North Wrestling when we first started. I've wrestled him. I enjoyed wrestling him. Always liked the guy. They make it seem in this a lot, and it is true that Hulk Hogan gave him a lot of his opportunities, but he definitely held up his end of the bargain. He was a draw, and he was over. It's too bad that him and Hogan don't get along anymore. I guess due to heat that Hogan has with his wife, who his wife is in this predominantly. Um, it's sad that they're no longer friends. They spend a lot of time on the parasailing accident in this. They talk about the barbershop. The barbershop was over. I mean, it was one of the I mean, it was up there. It wasn't quite at Brother Love level or Piper's Pit level, but I mean, it was up there with the funeral parlor as one of the better segments that they used to have on. I think it was on Wrestling Challenge or Primetime Wrestling at that point in time. Of course, everyone remembers the Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty incident from the barbershop, which was one of the most famous breakups of all time. The one thing they talk about this in, and I have done 2 shoot interviews with Brutus, and he didn't allow me to bring this up in the shoot interviews, but when he was, going through a low time in his life working at the Subway in Boston, I guess he had some drugs on him, and they thought it was anthrax. Brutus denies it was drugs, and I can tell you he did not have a criminal record because he did get into Canada after. But the whole story is kind of comical that there was an anthrax scare at the time, and I think they evacuated the whole subway over whatever this substance was that Brutus Beefcake had at the time. They talk about his tons of gimmicks in WCW. I mean, he was the Zodiac, the Man with No Name, Brutus the Barber, Brutus the Butcher, the Disciple, and all of that had to do with he wasn't allowed to use the Brutus Beefcake name in WCW, which was unfortunate for him. They talk about how he used to carry Hulk Hogan's money and gimmicks on him. He was very close friends with Hulk Hogan throughout his career. It's sad that they're no longer friends. It really is sad that they're no longer friends. Um, women can get in the way of friendships sometimes, and it's sad that that's the case. I don't know his wife. She was there for the last shoot interview I did with Brutus, and she seemed nice enough. So I don't know enough about the situation to comment on it, but um, I hope that they could be friends again at some point in the future because It's just sad that they're not because they were always such good friends, and even in Hogan's book, putting over Beefcake, and in the interviews I've done with Beefcake, them talking about their long friendship. It's just unfortunate that they're no longer friends. Yeah, come on, boys, make up. And Brutus was in the main event at WrestleMania 9. I don't remember anyone complaining about it at the time. I mean, I was a kid. I was the Mega Maniacs against Money Inc. I mean, I don't remember anyone thinking at the time. And again, I was a kid. I don't remember complaining that Brutus Beefcake was in the main event. He was over. Someone says, I don't know. Brutus is getting older. I haven't seen him in person for many years. Everybody gets older and looks different um, as time goes on. It's funny that Brian Blair and Knobs and some other wrestlers that aren't as well known as Brutus kind of took shots at him throughout this. But Brutus was definitely better known than Brian Blair. And Knobs, in my opinion, had a way more successful career. Yes, happy hump day. And yeah, this was a better episode than the Terry Gordy episode for sure. I don't even remember what the first episode of Dark Side. Oh yeah, John Tenta. I would say out of the 4 episodes that they've posted so far, Buff was the most entertaining because he was so screwed up. Then I would put Beefcake, then I would put Tenta, then Terry Gordy last in order of most entertaining episodes so far. Oh, Shannon. Well, I definitely see myself getting older. Sadly, age sucks. But thank God that I'm a reporter now. Hey, I was recently on 5 episodes of the Alien Disclosure Files, the UFO TV show. So I'm glad that I have opportunities in another domain outside of wrestling as my career winds down. Well, the Dark Side of the Rings, they're on YouTube. If you search good enough for them, you can find them for the people that don't have Vice. Just search around for them and they'll pop up, or you can buy them on YouTube and buy the whole season on YouTube, which is actually what I did because I got sick of searching for the Dark Side of the Rings on YouTube because there's some horrible quality ones. I don't know if they're free or not in the US, but on Canada, the Vice site itself does not air the Dark Side of the Rings, so you got to order them on YouTube or find a random copy of it that someone's posted. But overall, I'm glad that Beefcake got a Dark Side of the Ring episode. He is in the WWE Hall of Fame. I do know he made at least one appearance at Hogan's Beach Shop since the WWE Hall of Fame. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope that those two can make up one day or another. Yeah, there are some anti-aging stuff out there. Tony Robbins, the motivational speaker, is definitely one of the people that you should listen to if you want to hear about all the latest anti-aging technologies. A lot of them are not available in Canada, which is motivation for me to move to the US one day and have access. Canada has a horrible medical system, by the way. Horrible, horrible medical system. I've been dealing with it lately, and I can't tell you again how horrible it is. It's free, but you get what you pay for. But Brutus, overall, in my opinion, is someone that's worked with him, and I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're acquaintances. Nothing bad to say about Brutus. Good guy and underrated worker.